Thank you for joining. This is Rocky Nash with 8 News Now. Today we have with us the president of the Latin Chamber of Commerce, Peter Guzman. Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me. Appreciate all that Channel 8 does in our community.
Thank you. Well, today the Federal Coronavirus Task Force started with the Small Business Administration announcing that they're trying to get emergency aid to small businesses suffering from economic harm. Would you say, Mr. Guzman, that most of the businesses that make up the Latin Chamber are small businesses?
Yeah, no, we have all the big companies, but no doubt that our majority of our members are in that small business category, which is really the engine that drives this country.
Yes, definitely. Would you say, what is that percentage, would you say, is of small businesses?
I probably would guess that it's in the 60% range.
Wow, in the 60%.
Yeah, and then obviously that percentage gets broken up into 1 to 5 employees, 5 to 10, and so but certainly businesses with probably 75 employees or less fall into that majority.
And Mr. Guzman, what are you hearing are their biggest challenges during this time?
Well, certainly their biggest challenge is keeping their doors open. It's access to capital. It's not wanting to lay off employees. So I think that those are the standards that are going on in frustration world right now.
And Mr. Guzman, would you say that there's been a language barrier, for instance, for small businesses to understand the essential versus non-essential directive?
I think when that first came out, I think that it was somewhat confusing to everybody. And certainly that creates another layer of challenge for folks that may not be as bilingual as others. But I think that with the work that my chamber has done in disseminating information and working closely with SBA, GoEd, the other chambers, I think that we've been able to minimize that language barrier issue.
And related to that answer, how would you say the LCC is helping members, small business members in the LCC?
Yeah, I think our greatest tool is our relationships that we have with SBA, Governor's Office, LVGA, the other chambers, and so that DETR, that gives us the ability to disseminate good quality and real information, especially when there's so much disinformation out there. That we're a trusted organization, especially in our community, and specifically in our Latino community, especially. And so we're able to disseminate great quality information.
So information and resources to help the small.
Certainly information is key. We're helping them get access to capital. So that's the greatest gift that we can give them.
Absolutely. That was mentioned today in the task force update. So what encouraging words then can you tell these small businesses?
What I would say is that I'm encouraged by seeing what our elected officials, certainly here in Nevada, working really hard to get funds and access to capital to our small business community. I've talked sometimes multiple times a day with our elected officials. They're very involved, from Congress, Senate to local elected. And I can tell you that everybody's working to get access to that capital, to that SBA money that's out there, to make sure that we keep doors open, we keep layoffs to a minimum. That if I had one thing to say, I would say that what we want to try to prevent is mass layoffs. When we have mass layoffs, you not only bankrupt a home financially, but you sometimes break them spiritually, and that is devastating to social services in our community.
So then, thank you so much for answering that. Is there anything else that you would like to say to small businesses and members of the Latin Chamber of Commerce?
Well, certainly want them to know that myself, our chamber, the Latin Chamber, along with a lot of other organizations, are working very, very hard on your behalf. We understand what this is like, and we understand that you want to keep your doors open, and we're going to continue to work to help you keep those doors open.
Thank you so much, Mr. Guzman. That was Peter Guzman with the Latin Chamber of Commerce, and definitely go on 8newsnow.com for the full story.